Who is Baltasar Engonga? He is the Director General of National Financial Investigation Agency of Equatorial Guinea. Apparently, he was initially being investigated for financial fraud, but during the investigation, somehow it led them to a series of tapes that revealed his encounter with hundreds of women. Record says 400, some say over 400 tapes seen. Well, as usual, everyone has been sharing their opinion here and there, and some have just been catching cruise. Some men calling him legend of their time, some women saying, oh, this and that. There are deeper issues in this saga. First off, um, based on the reviews I've read, they reported that the women looked like they consented to it. They looked okay. There was no any case of forcing them into it or what have you. They were fine. That is one. Secondly, there were lots of married women, wives of people in high positions, daughters, sisters of people in high positions. That's another one. In fact, some of them reported pregnant women being seen with the same man. Pregnant women being seen with the same man. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of nonsense, to be honest, on the man's part and on the woman's part. What are the deeper issues in this for everyone, for you and I and everyone, married and single, but especially married people? Number one is that money is not enough. Money is not enough because the bulk of these women, based on reports, are not women who beg for food before they can feed. They are not women feeding from hand to mouth, you know? So they are financially stable women. So we do not know, we have not heard from these women why exactly they went into this, but we can, make inference to certain things that at least we know it's quite common in our society, which is that a lot of men has limited themselves to just the responsibility of providing financially. Hey, I'm providing. Are you hungry? Really? She's not hungry. But is that what marriage is all about, really? Even in the Quran, Allah didn't charge men with just providing. Men were charged with provision and protection. What are you protecting this woman from? You're protecting her from every danger she would have been liable to if she was single or if she didn't have you in the picture. One of these dangers is what? Sexual promiscuity. The marriage or the union should naturally come with these things they had to deprive themselves of when they were single. It shouldn't be a continuation of the singlehood. The second deeper issue from this is, I say this a lot, that behind a man who cheats and says, oh, the wife is so understanding, the wife is so forgiving, is a woman who cheats herself. She just hasn't been caught. It's not fear of Allah. Actually, if you fear Allah, I think it's something you even detest so much because what you're saying is what you're married to Izani. I mean, you can't even take it. You can't be okay with it. You cannot accept it, right? So even if you're going to choose to remain in that marriage because you must remain and answer a missus, you just can never be okay with it. But a woman who seems okay and is like, oh, I'm just focusing on my kids, all men will cheat, no matter what. And they seem to be so understanding. I see this a lot on social media and I see men applauding such women. This is a woman with sense. This is a woman who knows exactly what a man wants. See, the bulk of these women, if not even all of them, are doing exactly what you're doing. Just that, women, are very discreet when it comes to something like that because they know how society will go heavy on them than society would on you. So they are more discreet, they are smarter, and more, protective of their affairs than a man would. There was a time one lady came online and she said, she never knew that cheating can feel so less painful until she started cheating back. And that once you start cheating back, you cannot care anymore that your man cheats because you don't even want him to stop in this case. Why? Because if he stops, it kind of puts you through a guilt route. But if he's doing it and you're doing it, there is something that tells you, well, you're not doing anything bad. He's doing it and you're doing it, so you're kind of cool with it. She said she used to be so hurt. She was even depressed at a point. She was always sad. What is this and what is this? If she tells her mom or anyone she tells, they'll be like, all men cheat. Just manage and stay there. Even if you leave the marriage, how are you sure that the next man is not going to cheat? And a few people she has spoken with actually let her know that they are also facing cheating issues in their relationships and marriages. So she came to the conclusion that, oh, there is no even point saying you want to leave the marriage because your man is cheating, because it's very likely you end up with another person who cheats. So the next thing she chose to try, or she opted for, was to start cheating back. And that the moment she started cheating back, it became easier to bear. Because why? He's doing me and I'm doing him back. So it naturally became easier for her to bear. So that's why when I see men, throw accolades around and like, I'm doing it, my wife knows I'm responsible, so she's not making a case out of it. No, she's not making a case because she knows what she's doing. In most cases, she knows what she's doing. No sensible woman, no woman who fears Allah as she should, no woman who knows her value will settle with you cheating. They say, men cheat everywhere. I mean, well, except if it doesn't affect her in any way or form. But if it does, I think she would rather remain single. Since you are already living your life as a single man, there is no point staying married to you, right? Because you are married but single. The third point is the new rave of married men cheating with married women, or married women cheating with married men. And this is the most discreet of all discreet relationships out there. The most discreet of all illegal, immoral relationship. The most discreet is married versus married, because they both have things to lose. The woman doesn't want anything to blow up and she has issues in her marriage, and the man also doesn't want anything to blow up and he has issues in his marriage. And this is actually very common in our community, and I mean the Muslim community. A lot of sisters, even though they are not doing it physically, they are online with other married men exhibiting indecency via DMs, via video calls, via phone calls, via texts, via chats, and what have you. A lot of married men are doing this with married sisters. A lot of married sisters are doing this with married brothers. And these men are also there thinking, oh, their wives are just understanding, she's so spiritual. So they think that all the things they do to hurt these women just let go and, let it slide. No, my dear brother, you just haven't found out. As you're doing, she's doing. This is like the new rave. And it's not just in the Muslim community, it's almost like everywhere. Married women and married men cheating is a new rave. I tell men this a lot, that when you left your wife unattended to attending to whatever thing, maybe your job or even other women, who do you think is taking care of your wife for you? Who did you entrust your wife to? Who is taking care of your wife? Who is replacing you? A lot of these men who neglect their wife, if you also check their DMs, their chats, they are also there heavily available for another person's wife. They neglect their own to cater to another person's wife. You see many of them, these sisters, when they have issues, they go online and they prefer to meet married men to tell their issues. So this is what I'm going through in my husband's house. And this man offers to become the assistant husband to these women, now neglecting their own legally married wife. Now, who is taking care of that your own legally married wife while you're attending to another man's wife? Of course, someone else's husband is now filling in that space, is the new rave. And this somehow played out in this man's case as well, because a lot of them were married women. They say some were even pregnant. So what is it? What do they want with him? The fourth issue that this also revealed is that monogamy does not actually protect the rights of women, or does not even show at all that you as a woman is well loved and respected. Because a lot of people say, oh, polygyny means that the woman is not valued, they don't care, they just they just do this. So monogamy, in your own understanding, is what protects your rights. It's what shows that your man values you, because you are the only one of all the women out there that he likes and he's settled with. Not caring if he properly loves you, caters to you, is loyal to you, and is committed to you. If you look at this man's whatever, saga and everything, the only person I feel for in all of these dynamics is the wife, the legally married wife. She, to the best of her knowledge, is in a monogamous marriage. She is the only wife. But look at what this man goes out to do, meeting with other women. So many women, single, married, young and old. So monogamy does not actually prove anything. Monogamy does not actually mean that your man loves you, or he's committed to you, or he's loyal to you. Mm-mm. This woman, the wife, I've seen the picture. She looks good. And she has 6 children, 5 boys and a girl. Because another reason some of us would have come with, especially as Africans, is, oh, maybe he has only female children and he's looking for male children. He has 5 boys and a daughter. So what is he looking for? Now, another deeper issue to consider is that what if this is really not as simple or as no issues as we think? We are saying right now that, these women consented to it, they know what they are doing, they know what, da 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 da. Well, that's probably why he had the videos as evidence to, maybe if it ever comes up, or if any of them ever tries to, blow him up, at least he can pull up that person's video to prove that he didn't do it against the person's will or consent. But what if it's not natural? This actually begs this question and this deeper reasoning because of the caliber of people there. His pastor's wife, like pastor's wife. Is it the vice president's wife or the vice president's daughter or sister also was there? Like, wives, people related to people, respectable people in the society. So what if this has more to it than we are, giving it credit for? That is also something, to be honest. And the last but not the least is, what if this man has psychological issues? What if he's a psychopath? What if he has an underlying psychological condition that needs to be diagnosed and addressed? And I'm saying this because I don't mean all the people involved are just people not related, like none of them is closely related to him. We can give it a pass and say, oh, these women just want to go loose, and that was what happened. But he has people really close to him. His brother's wife, his cousin, his gateman's wife. I mean, this is a lot. This doesn't make sense. So it seems to me like, when he wants to, get with anybody, when he takes interest in any of these people, he knows how he goes about it. And I don't know, somehow it happens because these are people really close to home. The fourth and this fifth point somehow related. It's either there is some diabolical involvement that we do not know, because we do not know the whole picture at the end of the day. Allah knows everything. Or he himself has psychological issues that he's battling with. And a lot of psychopaths, they don't struggle to have victims. People will be like, but he didn't, if he has psychological issues, did he force them? People tend to like these people a lot because they just know how to go about it. They have that dark prowess, that dark skill to get people down to their level and to get people to do their bidding. So these are deeper issues that we really need to, while we are catching fun and people are catching cruise with all of this, these are deeper issues to really look into. So you watching right now, which of this is somehow related to your reality? Every day for the thief and one day for the owner. Be careful even in your private dealings, because you don't know the day it will become public. But that still begs the question, is this ordinary?